Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
The wise saying that when a child washes his hands clean, he eats with kings, has indeed proven to be true in Akwa Ibom State. Governor Godswill Akpabio, fondly called the people's governor, now eats with kings. Paradoxically, the kings he is dining and wining with are the masses, the everyday people. These are the custodians of power and therefore the most important constituency in his political career. 2011 was an eventful year. It was an election year. The year Akpabio returned to the polls to seek the people's mandates for a second term in office. First, it was his declaration to run which the people had clamored for on account of the unprecedented transformation that the quality of leadership Akpabio brought into his administration over the years endeared the governor to the people so much so that groups after groups tumbled over themselves to endorse the governor for a second term in office. First, it was the Ibibio, then the Anang, and then the Oro nation took their turn, followed by non-indigents domiciled in the state. It was clear, therefore, that the goldfish has no hiding place. Basking in the enviable credentials of world-class performance which has transformed the landscape of Akwa Ibom, Akpabio heeded the clarion call of the people. The state has become a beautiful bride to all, not only on account of its responsible government, but also its people-friendly policies that have created an ambience of mutually beneficial cohabitation for indigents and non-indigents alike, which has brought about significant economic growth. Elections are about people, and in consonance with global best practices, first, primaries must be held to elect a standard flag bearer. The primaries were held twice, and twice the governor won. This set the stage for political activities that shaped Akwa Ibom State in 2011. But before then, Governor Akpabio had in his usual manner taken the state to God in a solemn assembly. This he performed yearly since he assumed power in 2007. The fanfare over, it was time for real business. Campaigns to canvass votes in the state's 3 senatorial districts and 31 local government areas. Akpabio worked very hard, day and night, to win the electorate mandate. As expected, Akpabio won his re-election bid with a landslide victory in 29 local government areas out of the 31. The governor polled close to 1 million votes against his opponents just over 100,000. The margin of the victory was such that cannot be ignored. The people have spoken through their ballot, and even his challengers agree. Unfortunately, their greed and lust for power will not let them toe the line of honor by accepting the people's verdict. The stage was set now for his official declaration as the winner of the April 26 gubernatorial elections by the umpires of the exercise, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
Elections are about people. My people are solidly behind me. If you come to Akwa Ibom and say, what is governance all about? It's about delivery of dividends of democracy. I want to challenge you to start from this INEC office and drive to Akwa Ibom Airport we never had before I became a governor, whether you will see a single pothole on the road.
It was not an easy road to travel. Before all this happened, Akpabio's will and patience were put to test by forces of perdition and blackmails. With glaring indices that they had no capacity to put up any challenge or win election in the state, members of the opposition unleashed mayhem on the state on March 22, 2011, in what could be described as a Black Tuesday. They burnt over 700 cars and tricycles and properties, including the campaign office of President Jonathan. Over 4 persons were allegedly killed. But a virtually calm and resolute governor, working with security agencies within hours, put out the flames and held the people calm against any reprisal attacks. This became imperative as properties belonging to notable PDP members were targeted for destruction by the rampaging thugs. After the rains come the rainbow. And so it was that after these trials and temptations, on May 29, 2011, Governor Godswill Akpabio, alongside his deputy Nsima Ikere, were sworn into office for a second term in a well-attended ceremony amidst jubilation from the people. The governor's acceptance speech on that day was laced with emotions and gave a peep into what the future holds for the people. Displaying political maturity and magnanimity in victory, Akpabio admitted he was not an island of knowledge. He thus extended a hand of fellowship to his challengers to join him administer the state and actualize his vision of making it a destination for all Nigerians and an economic hub in the Gulf of Guinea. His invitation to the opposition was ignored. However, his serial victories at the polls and various courts at the time attracted positive reaction from the people.
Look at what they did during the elections. Burning over 700 cars, burning over PDP offices, then killing more than 5 human beings, and still expecting to shed the blood of Akwa Ibom children and come back and win election. When the people rejected them massively, they went back to the press and continued with their propaganda.
What appeared a major crack within the ranks of the opposition was the acceptance of the results by the Akwa Ibom State chapter of the ACN, as well as the coalition of other political parties.
When the results from the 31 local governments of the state were collated, announced and declared on the 27th day of April 2011, an overwhelming majority of Akwa Ibom electorate voted massively in favor of the PDP. I, Mr. Aniakanapan, State Chairman, Action Congress of Nigeria, for and on behalf of members of the party, hereby accept the result of the gubernatorial election as representing the wishes of our people expressed freely, fair and fairly in the election of April 26, 2011. And therefore urge all political parties to learn to deepen democracy in our country by accepting the outcome of the elections.
The seeming distraction over, the state's #1 citizen settled down to work. Conferences upon conferences were being held in Uyo almost on a daily basis. Events such as the Nigerian Army Day was also hosted by the state. All of these was in fulfillment of the governor's vision of making Akwa Ibom a destination. Other high-profile events were the commissioning of the federal prisons at the Ikorekwene by the Vice President Nemadi Sambo. To further confirm the new status of the state as a destination, religious groups and men of God thronged the state for crusades and conferences.
Honestly, coming to you tonight, I was not sure of what was on ground. Then when we landed here, I was in my mind, I said, I think we must have missed the airport. No, seriously, listen to me. I'm a pastor, and if I say something, I'm telling you from heart. I actually thought we missed the airport. I said, this cannot be Uyo. We must have landed somewhere else. So I looked. I thought it will be a bit shameful if I start asking the Honorable Minister, where are we? You know, I mean, I'm a Nigerian, it would be strange. But then we stepped out of the plane, and it was Uyo. That we have actually landed in Uyo. And the lighting system, everything on ground, I tell you, this is incredible. Your Excellency, please continue in what you are doing. Anyone who desires to touch the people, God will never forget you.
So many things have happened since the last time I was here, and I'm very, very delighted that the governor here has done excellently. I see the infrastructure, I see some of the facilities, I see the investments in education. I feel the people feeling the health sector also have been improved. You just see transformation, and you can feel it among the people, because the people are really happy because they see things being done.
Traditional rulers from across the country have also testified to the high level of progress and rapid growth in the state.
What we have seen is beyond uncommon transformation. That's what I'm saying here. In practical terms, we've seen it on ground. It is not just claims. It is not what I intend to do tomorrow or year after, or even on the final year when they are supposed to be. They're still making promises that on the year they are living, they are going to do so. We have seen all these gimmicks, but this is reality, writ large, and we fully endorse it. We pray God Almighty to give him more wisdom, more energy to govern this state.
Godswill Akpabio is not just a governor of Akwa Ibom State. I think he's the Messiah that you could deserve. Yes. That's the only way you can describe him and his work. Yes. It's only a Messiah that can do that kind of it. He's not a governor.
Absolute disbelief, because you hear about this thing. I've seen it. I met the governor several times in the recent months, and I've read about the great transformation going on. But today I saw it myself. What I have seen today, I have been hearing of Tropicana, but I have never been there until today. And I saw something terribly wonderful. Something we could see in England or America somewhere. And even in this state house, I've been in this state house, I never knew that there is such transformation. Premises, building, and all. So it's a rare gem. God has given us a very rare gem.
On June the 5th, after the 5th Assembly was inaugurated, Akpabio led the lawmakers to commission projects.
We are commissioning this bridge today, which will give succor, which will give relief, and which will link this dualized carriageway all the way from Itu to Ekoiman. I'm saying that whoever passes this bridge shall not have accident. I'm saying that this bridge will bring progress, will bring economic relief, will bring economic prosperity, will be a showcase, and at the same time will improve the aesthetic value of Itu and Akwa Ibom State, and will in turn enhance the living standard of our people. And I do this commissioning in the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Reputable international groups, such as International Management Group IMG, have come visiting. Nigeria's former military head of state, Abdul Salami Abubakar, came calling alongside scores of prominent Nigerians.
With the type of development you are seeing here in Akwa Ibom State, if the others all over the country will follow suit and make development, there will be peace in this country, and there will be no need for any misgiving and this type of terrorism that you are seeing. I don't belong to a political party, but it is certainly worse that any nation should try to congratulate and point to any development that is being done by an individual and try to ask people to try to go and see what is being done so that he can be emulated.
What is happening in Akwa Ibom under the dynamic leadership of Governor Godswill Akpabio shows that it can be done. This thing didn't drop from the moon. They were achieved because somebody spent sleepless night. Somebody understood that after the election, the time has come for governance. Somebody decided to seek honest advice and listen, and then make his own assessment and drove everybody else hard as he drove himself. One has to be a slave driver to get things done, and you will be the chief slave. I haven't heard from those who work with the governor, but I'll be surprised if they are saying that he's an easy taskmaster. Akwa Ibom took its own responsibilities serious under a responsible and responsive governor, and the rest is history. We hope it will be in the lifetime of the rest of us that Nigeria can begin to be like Akwa Ibom. Talking about my younger brother, a friend, Godswill Akpabio, the governor of Akwa Ibom. That is a governor that every state in Nigeria should strive to have. I've seen what he has done, and I'm very impressed. It is amazing, because I know Akwa Ibom from its formation. And I remember when I was much younger, my senior cousin, Major Ibrahim Sabo, was in Abak as the commander there. So I came here once that time, and I know what Akwa Ibom was. And when I was a governor, I've come here 3 times. And today is my second time since I came. I must tell you, the stride is great.
Congratulations, Your Excellency. You have treated us this afternoon to something very, very wonderful. You have treated us this afternoon to something very, very wonderful. Something I have never dreamed to see in this part of the world. Continue for the love of your people, community, and our country. I'm very sure with that focus, with that determination, with that commitment, Nigeria will be great. Thank you.
You wasn't as lovely as it is today. The achievements of Your Excellency within these very few years are highly commendable, and Uyo has turned out to be as great as Lagos State, if not better. Well done, sir.
Each time I come to this state, I bend the knees of my heart to the people of this state, because it is the land of Clement Isom, the land of Justice Udo Doma, the land of Uche Eswenen. You have such great people who have contributed immensely to the growth of our country.
It is important that we have a reference point. Akwa Ibom certainly stands as a role model, a source of inspiration to other states. So it would be nice if the Mr. President can advise other governors to visit Akwa Ibom on a 2-day retreat during which the governor himself will have time to take them around and see what is happening here. I think it will serve as a great source of inspiration to them. That is not necessarily the amount of money that you get from the production account, but the vision, the mission, the determination to apply the resources judiciously. So it is important that other states see Akwa Ibom as a model state.
Is performing and bringing out new things, new ideas, new development, new innovations, not only in Akwa Ibom State, but within the rank and file of PDP. I have come as the chairman of the party that produced him, and we are very proud of him, to do one thing that we usually do with him. They are very rare. If we count 1, 2, 3, maybe he will have number 2 and probably number 3. There are not many in PDP. When situations come, we consult them.
Members of Nigeria's Ports Consultative Council, as well as Nigeria's Securities and Exchange Commission, led by its Director General, Aruma Ote, were also in town.
We are excited, we are inspired, and we are looking forward as you unveil this memorable event, which will be another milestone in the visible strides that you have already taken in transforming the political, social, and economic emancipation of Akwa Ibom State. They are all self-evident. We want to join the moving train.
The first impression that you have of every society is the airport. And we are shocked at the quality of the airport, not just in terms of the infrastructure, but the quality of how you speedily come through the airport when you're coming in. And for me, who has had the opportunity previously to exit, it's speedy, the quality of the service is high. But when you leave the airport, every road, at least that I have traveled on, and I say the same for all my colleagues, has been amazing. And we're like, my God, if this has happened in Akwa Ibom in 4.5 years, then we must make sure that this happens in every state of this country.
Nigeria's Senators Forum was not left out.
As far as the other visitations we've done, it's very impressive to see that funds have been put to use for the benefit of the people of your state. And I know education being the most important thing in any modern society, you seem to have invested a lot in that direction, which is very laudable.
Anambra State Governor Peter Obi and Speaker Federal House of Representatives Aminu Tambuwal, who were also here on the occasion of the 24th anniversary of the state, agree the state has become a model.
Each time I visit here, I see the change. And I urge people, all you can do is to support those who are serving you.
Your performance has transcended all nooks and crannies of this country. You have been acknowledged as one governor that is doing wonderfully well for his people.
At the just concluded state-organized Christmas carols, renowned American pop gospel artist Ron Kenoly spoke his mind.
I am impressed with the infrastructure, the obvious infrastructure here in Akwa Ibom State. And I am look around at the way development just continues to progress.
All of these won Governor Akpabio awards and international recognition. First was the American Congressional Awards.
Of the United States she was active lead member of Congress, August 6, 2011. Chief, we honor you.
Honorary doctorate degree came in torrents from University of Nigeria Nsukka, Futo Owerri, NDA Kaduna, Yaba College of Technology Lagos, Unical, Uniport, Unuyo, the media, and religious bodies. The list is inexhaustible. As the year dovetailed to an end, Governor Akpabio set the stage for the speedy commencement of government activities in 2012. On December 30, in a record-breaking ceremony, the appropriation bill was signed into law within the same year, setting the stage for the commencement of government business in January 2012. For onlookers, 2011 was just another year, but for the good people of Akwa Ibom State, it was truly a year of uncommon achievement.